Time to get into our next segment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Movie News.
Movie News.
All right, well, Paramount has greenlit the fourth entry to the Mission Impossible series to release sometime in 2011. Tom Cruise has confirmed that he will return as Ethan Hunt, as well as MI3 director and producer J.J. Abrams. However, J.J. Abrams is only coming back to produce because since he's been signed to Cloverfield 2 and Star Trek 2, we don't know if he's going to direct.
I think he'll come around and direct.
I don't think it's a matter of will he direct. I think it's a matter of is 2011 realistically going to be the date for this film. And I say that because I know Star Trek 2 is being talked about for 2011.
Ooh, don't do that. Don't do that at all. Please, no Star Trek 2011.
Well, why?
No, I'm sorry, but I feel like the 2-year turnaround can be problematic. I feel like 3 years has never failed me. And I feel like sequels that release 3 years later, those can be fine. I feel like 2 years is rushing it. That extra year, like think about the difference between Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. 3
that
years.
Was Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Nolan doesn't direct other films.
Hell, look at
Prestige was badass.
Oh yeah, no, I love the Prestige. But I'm just saying he doesn't do other films.
But then look at the difference between X-Men 1 and X-Men 2, 3 years. Spider-Man movies, there was 3 years in between each of them. I feel like 3 years is the proper turnaround. That's part of the reason I'm so worried about Iron Man 2, as a matter of fact. I feel like Iron Man 2, coming just 2 years after the last one. Transformers is another one I feel was a little rushed. I mean, I think 2 years is just not that good of a turnaround.
No, I would probably agree.
Okay, I'm gonna stop. We're gonna refresh
No,
the chat here right
Braden.
now. Braden, you are absolutely off here.
Hold on, because as a matter of fact, one thing I wanted to say this, but I feel like Mission Impossible. I feel like he says Mission Impossible is the TNA of movies. Which, since you're not a wrestling fan, let me explain this to you. TNA is TNA. There's not much more you can say about TNA. They're just bad. Though they had a really good pay-per-view last night. Now we'll be talking about that on RBR Weekly Wrestling Talk this Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on the sound of fanoff.com. Anyway,
You said it. Any fucking faster.
Probably.
But here's the thing with Mission Impossible, and I think I really am the only one who has this belief. The first one was the only good one.
You are the only person.
You are the only person. I believe that
that.
movies got better.
I believe.
I say, my turn. I say the first one was the best one because it kept true to the original series. It was, and John Woo, okay, second one, good action movie. Mission Impossible movie, no. Third one, I don't know what they were trying to do.
Okay, all right. Here's what I'm gonna say really quickly.
First one, best one.
Before I go
Back
to
when
the
Tom
original
Cruise was
point,
so cool.
Rossler is saying Bond versus MI as a series. I pick Bond. Well, of course, that's not really a fair
I
comparison.
think say it was like wrestler.
What's up? Wrestler, whatever it is. He said Bond vs. MI as a series, I pick Bond. Of course, everybody would. But here's the deal. Mission Impossible 1 was a great spy flick. That was an awesome spy flick. Not heavy on the action. It was one of those James Bond type movies.
And what's Mission Impossible? It's a spy series? Maybe
No,
that's why.
I would say the first movie was only that. Then it tried to evolve the action film.
No,
Which-
the series. The series that it's based off of.
the
It's a
series,
spy
spy
series.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's an
And that's
espionage,
why. And that's why the second movie can blow my dick because the second movie sucked ass horribly. The third movie was good.
But it had the Sick with Biscuits on.
Yeah, no, it did. But the third movie was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I think the third one was the best.
Yes,
the
it
third
really
one was the best.
Yeah,
Easily.
I thought the second one was the worst out of the three, though. And
Maybe it's because I still have it in my head from the preview where the explusion happens behind Tom Cruise and for some reason he gets blown sideways.
yeah, it's.
You know what, I thought
I'm
that
still
looked
kind of
badass.
skeptical about. I
But
don't know what
I think Mission Impossible. I think 3, 1, 2 is the easiest way to rank them.
I would
But
actually
with
agree.
that said, that's part of why as long as the team behind 3 is doing this again, because Mission Impossible 3 was really good.
Yeah, and I'll say this as well, because Tom Cruise is the only one confirmed, and Tom Cruise actually does a great. Tom Cruise is a great actor. I never.
We mentioned this a year ago. When we reviewed Valkyrie. Tom Cruise is a good actor.
It's just he's not a person you ever want.
Yeah, he's kind of a douche, but he's a good actor, and we tend to associate douchery with bad acting. But he is not a bad actor.
And he's especially good in this. The only thing I would want for a fourth Mission Impossible movie, because I did love 3, I really want that little team he had in the third movie to come back too, because I thought they played great supporting parts in the third movie. So get like Jonathan Rhys Meyers back, bring back Bing Rames.
I was going to say Big Brother Bing's got to come back. That's the only reason that I think all 3 were
good. Yeah. But Am I 4? I'm on track, but 2011, I sort of agree. It's a little. I just I don't care about the date because I do want J.J. Abrams to really focus on Cloverfield 2 and Star Trek 2 before he even touches this. And I have this strange feeling in my head that Tom Cruise, if he does produce again, is going to not derail those movies, but sort of, take his personal interest in it and push it ahead. So that's my only thing. Tom, don't do it. You're already doing
Tom,
it.
be smart.
Like I said, wait for J.J. Abrams if you have to, please.
Do it.
So what's our next news story?
All right, our next news story is about Michael Bay. Controversy has just sprung up in his world. This past weekend, as it was reported after the release of Transformer Revenge of the Fallen, Bay will be leaving not only the Transformers series, but the realm of action movies completely. He has told people that after 3.5 years of making these films, he's just tired of the world and he needs to do something different, something without explosions.
He needs to go discover Scientology.
Well, you know what? Honestly, what I think is, if that's the case, I also think Snoop Dogg should go do country music. In other words, if you're good at something, then some people have to find out for themselves that it doesn't work. Like, for example, George Lucas is still, he kicks himself in the foot because it's like, Star Wars was supposed to just be a project he'd get in and get out of, and he was going to make more serious films, and he got stuck with Star Wars as his thing, and it's like, you know what? Who cares? You made millions doing it. Keep doing it. People like it.
What's this after 3.5 years? Bad Boys was his first movie back in 1993, and since then it's been nothing but action movies. So 95. Sorry.
I think it's more so just the size of the explosions and shit like that. Because
lesser explosions.
Granted, if you see Bad Boys 1 and 2, those are some pretty fucking big explosions and shit like that. Yeah, right. But doing that as going to something like Transformers 1 and 2, to where you have city-size explosions and almost world-size explosions, shit like that. I'm, different story. I could sort of understand where he's trying to come from. I mean, these films are sort of, I guess you could classify them as epics compared to stuff like Bad Boys and, did he do Armageddon?
Yeah.
Did he do? I don't. I'm trying to think.
Best Michael Bay film for the record.
Did he do Armageddon?
I don't know. He did do The Rock, right?
Yeah,
The Rock was shit.
Best Michael Bay film.
Yes.
Arguably, maybe one of the dumbest premises for a movie, but
he did do
fantastic.
He did do
Absolutely
Armageddon.
fantastic.
And he did Pearl Harbor.